Have you ever wondered what it would be like to eat bugs, raw fish eyes, or even rotten meat? Welcome back to Culture Shock Diaries, where we would explore the weird, wild, and bizarre things people eat around the world. Some of these foods will make your stomach churn, while others might just tempt you to try something new. Let's dive into the most shocking dishes from across the globe. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at food the same way again. Let's kick things off with a classic contender for world's grossest food, Casu Marzu, also known as maggot cheese. Originating from Sardinia, Italy, this cheese isn't aged, it's infested. Yes, you heard that right. Live insect larvae are intentionally added to ferment the cheese and give it a soft, gooey texture. If you're thinking, but what happens if I accidentally swallow a maggot? Don't worry, they're considered extra protein. The locals claim it tastes like heaven, but only if you can get past the crawling critters. Oh, and here's a fun fact. The maggots can jump up to 6 inches when disturbed, so chew quickly unless you want them hopping onto your face. Would you dare to try Casu Marzu? Let us know in the comments. Next up, we're diving into a dish that's equal parts resourceful and eyebrow-raising, Roadkill Stew. Yes, you read that correctly. This hearty stew is made from animals found on the side of the road after unfortunate encounters with cars. Nothing says home-cooked meal like scraping dinner off the highway, right? Believe it or not, roadkill stew has been a tradition in rural parts of the US for generations. It's a way to make use of fresh meat without wasting resources. Common ingredients include deer, raccoon, and even armadillo. While it might sound unappetizing, fans swear it's delicious. Just don't think too hard about where the ingredients came from. Would you try roadkill stew if it was cooked perfectly? Let us know below. Next stop is Iceland, home of hakarl, or fermented shark. This dish involves burying a Greenland shark underground for several weeks, letting it rot, then hanging it to dry for several months. Sounds appetizing, right? The smell alone has been described as a mix between ammonia and sewage. Even Anthony Bourdain, one of the bravest foodies while he was alive, called it the single worst thing I have ever eaten. Yet, Icelanders swear by it as a traditional delicacy. Pro tip: hold your breath before swallowing. Your nostrils will be grateful you did. And get this, it's so potent that first-timers often gag. But hey, if you survive it, you officially earn bragging rights. Now let's head to Southeast Asia, where balut reigns supreme. For those unfamiliar, balut is a fertilized duck egg with a nearly fully formed embryo inside. You crack it open, sip the liquid, and then eat the chick feathers, bones and all. It's basically breakfast meets biology class. While it's packed with nutrients and beloved in the Philippines, many outsiders find it hard to stomach. Would you rather have scrambled eggs or, well, an entire baby duck? Here is a fun fact. Street vendors often sell balut late at night because it's believed to be an aphrodisiac. So if you're looking for a romantic dinner idea, maybe skip this one. Moving down under, we meet witchetty grubs, a staple among indigenous Australians. These plump, juicy larvae are typically roasted or eaten raw, and they taste surprisingly nutty, according to those brave enough to try them. For centuries, Aboriginal communities have relied on witchetty grubs as a source of protein. And honestly, compared to some of the other foods on this list, they seem almost tame. Just imagine telling your friends, "Oh, I had worms for lunch today." Instant cool points. One traveler described them as tasting like almond butter. But let's be real, if someone handed you a squirming bug, would you really care how it tasted? Our next stop takes us to Sweden, where surströmming holds the title of world's smelliest food. This fermented Baltic herring comes in a can so pungent that it's recommended to open it outside to avoid ruining your house forever. The smell has been compared to rotting garbage, sewage, and old socks. But despite its odor, Swedes love pairing it with flatbread potatoes and onions. It's all about acquiring a taste, or holding your nose tightly. Word of advice: never bring surströmming on a plane. TSA agents may not forgive you. Some people even host surströmming parties, turning it into a challenge, because apparently suffering together builds camaraderie. Could you handle the smell of surströmming, and do you think eating insects could become mainstream? Let's hear your opinion in the comments section. Now let's travel to China, where century eggs are a culinary marvel. Despite the name, these aren't actually 100 years old. They're preserved for weeks or months in a mixture of clay, ash, and salt. The result? An egg that looks like it came straight out of a sci-fi movie. The yolk turns dark green and creamy, while the white becomes jelly-like and amber-colored. To many Westerners, it's nightmare fuel, but to others, it's a savory delicacy. Think of it as edible art, edible, smelly art. Locals describe it as having a rich, earthy flavor. But if you're squeamish about textures, this might not be your cup of tea. Does century egg look appetizing to you? Vote in the comments. Next, let's head to Southern Africa for our next bizarre bite: mopane worms. Now, before you start picturing slimy earthworms from your garden, these aren't your average creepy crawlies. Mopane worms are actually large, meaty caterpillars that are dried or fried and seasoned with spices. Why is this weird? Well, imagine biting into something that's crunchy on the outside, but chewy on the inside, and, oh yeah, it's still technically a bug. These guys are huge, plump, and packed with protein, making them a staple in countries like Zimbabwe, Botswana, and South Africa. Think of it as nature's protein bar, if nature was trying to scare you. But here's the kicker: they're not just some novelty snack. Mopane worms are a sustainable food source and are loaded with essential nutrients like iron and zinc. In fact, they're so nutritious that some people call them the superfood of the savannah. And get this: one mopane worm contains more protein than beef, gram for gram. So if you're looking to cut back on meat but still want to bulk up, maybe bugs are the way to go. Finally, let's talk about escamoles, also known as insect caviar, found in Mexico. These ant larvae are harvested from agave plants and cooked with butter, garlic, and chili. They're often served in tacos or omelets. Dubbed the caviar of the desert, escamoles have a buttery, nutty flavor that's surprisingly mild. But let's face it, the idea of eating ants is still enough to make most people squirm. Who needs seafood when you can have bug fry? In fact, many chefs consider escamoles a gourmet ingredient. So who knows? Maybe ants will be the next big food trend. Would you pay top dollar for insect caviar? Let us know. Before we wrap up, let's lighten the mood with some challenges and fun facts. Here's a quick quiz. Which of these foods do you think tastes better than it sounds? Leave your answers in the comments. And here's a bonus fact. Did you know that over 2 billion people worldwide regularly eat insects? That's almost a quarter of the global population, so maybe we're the weird ones for not eating bugs. Future humans might look back at us and say, why did they waste perfectly good protein? So what do you think? Were any of these bizarre foods tempting, or did they completely gross you out? Have you tried any of these foods yourself? Food is such a fascinating window into culture. It connects us, challenges us, and sometimes shocks us. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and share it with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe for more eye-opening content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.